right now, you are where you are, you're giving 60% when you have 120 in you. Why? Because you never made a decision. Those of you in this room, you already there. Your problem is this is stuff you don't want to give up to go. Listen to me, pound for pound, any agent in the room, pound for pound, motivational speaker, pound for pound, entrepreneur, pound for pound, athlete, pound for pound, weightlifter, pound for pound, whatever you do, I guarantee you when you do it, nobody can do it like you do it. The problem is you don't hardly do it.
Nick Saban says unionize college football. Colorado Buffaloes going back to familiar pastures in Big 12. And I got a special guest joining me for CFB Prime. I'm your host, Nino Brown. Shh, blow the damn whistle. You see him on the screen. He's back. We back. The duo is back. We're bringing you a special CFB Prime episode. The dynamic duo is back. KT, the governor. How we doing?
Oh, I don't think the college football world ready for this. We are definitely about to get into it. Let's get it.
All right. You know I'm ready. I know you're ready. So let's talk about my boy Nicky Saban. My boy Nicky Saban got in his feelings apparently today in the SEC conference. You know, I got no problem. I mean, unionize it. Make it the NFL. It's going to be the same for everyone. I think that's better that we have it now. Bro, get that man some Kleenex. You're crying. Like, I think he needs his tissues because now, for the first time, he doesn't have all the power. Now, for the first time, Nicky Saban doesn't have the control. Now, a 5-star recruit ain't feeling Nicky Saban's routine, and it's portal time. What do you think, KT? Why is Nicky Saban in his Kleenex box?
Well, what name, image, and likeness was able to do was make it a even playing field. Now, hey, I can go get this bag at this school. You can go get this bag at that school, so it made it an even playing field. So now he got a problem with Jimbo Fisher because people down in Texas A&M are willing to open up the purse to make sure they get the players that they want to get. It was all good just a week ago when Alabama controlled college football. I've said it before and I say it again. The best thing that happened to college football was Alabama not making the college football playoff. And I thought it would also be the best thing because I thought Nick Saban would get to work. But now that he's still crying, what's really good, Nick Saban? You don't think your team good enough to win a championship?
It's smoke. It's smoke to me. I'm the king of smoke. You know me. Put the smoke out there. I go with it. Smoke this fire. I'm ready to rock. But you say that the NIL, not you. I'm talking about Nicky Saban. I'm going to call him Nicky for this whole episode because that's how I'm feeling about him. Nicky, you say that the NIL and the portal is only going to cause disparity, but the last time I checked, the Crimson Tide ain't struggling. If anything, the big dogs like Bama, Georgia, USC, Texas, LSU, they're all reaping the benefits. I'm not seeing any Dylan Raiolas or Jalen Rashadas going to Weber State or Coastal Carolina, right? NIL and the portal are benefiting the big dogs the most. Why are you crying? And then you come out with this cockamamie one. This one came out of the side of his neck, bro. I almost spit my whole water out. If everyone was 8-8 heading into week 17 of the NFL, would you want that? Bruh.
Wow.
Come on, Nicky. You got to give me something better than that. You got to come more correct than that, bro. You're supposed to be the leader of the pack, right? You're looking like a rook out there. KT, please, try to make some sense out of this because I don't understand where he's coming from. Is he just trying to stay relevant?
I think it's fair. I think we smelled the sense of fear last year when Texas A&M came from nowhere and secured the #1 recruiting class of the 2022 cycle. And I think we're seeing it again now. We actually have some form of parity in college football. Who predicted that Sonny Dykes and Texas Christian University will be in the national championship last year? Anybody that is not affiliated with Texas Christian University that predicted that, show me your time stamps. I got $100 with your name on it right now.
Facts. I'm with you, but here's the thing. You say Jimbo, and you say Texas A&M, and they've already thrown jabs. Nicky's going up there and put on the gloves a couple times and hit them subtle jabs. But he's back at it again, right? USC, Texas A&M, they're spending the money, but they haven't got the hit yet. What are they willing to spend? Bro, stop taking jabs, bro. Like, you're like that cool in-law that throws jabs at everyone, right? And everybody in the room thinks it's cool and funny, and they just laugh. Like, but then you bring out these people in the room that nobody wants to hear. Like Missouri coach Eli Drinkwater. He decided he wanted to throw his glass in for a refill. Oh, people are making more money in NIL than my brother-in-law, who's a pediatrician who saves lives. Bro, to quote my man John Lobb, it's harder to be a college football player right now than it is to be a pediatrician. So you can take that in your bag, in your folder, and go back home with it. Like, bro, get over it. And wait a minute. I felt a cold breeze.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was Hugh Freeze out in Auburn country. He decided he wanted to say, well, we are the NFL, right? We just don't have contract for players. Psst. Nick, your starting quarterback came from the portal. You didn't get him for free. Psst. Hugh, your starting quarterback came from the portal. You didn't get him for free. Shut your mouth. We all know it wasn't free. Don't try to be these dudes that are saying, oh, when this and that and this, and then you're doing it. You know, we know the saying. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And then Saban comes out with this one, right? I think the big mistake that people make is that college athletics is not a business. People say it's a business. It's not a business. It's revenue producing. Bro, you get paid by the same revenue. Or did I miss something? Did the heavens open up and there's a bag of money just fall out from the college football god to say, hey, Nicky Saban, here's your contract. We'll pay you millions, but it's not going to come from our revenue. Miss me with all that BS. KT, please talk to me.
I'm a huge fan of Nick Saban. I love the death stare he gave David Pollock during the national championship, but he's bugging. He's 100% bugging, and he's bugging for a myriad of reasons. College football has always been big business. It's the fact of the matter is we never paid these athletes. The Willis McGahee story could have went 100% a different way. He got hurt in a damn national championship game. What if he wasn't able to recover to play professional football? How could he have taken care of his family? What NIL has done is that these players are getting paid for their pay, are getting paid for their name, image, and likeness. I don't see the problem in that. He is mad because everybody else is able to keep up with the Joneses. If you want to open up that purse, you can get the latest recruit as well. Go somewhere with that, Nick Saban.
You know that movie where he pulls up? Ooh, how much did that cost? He looks at it and goes, Ferrari, and just takes off. It's like that Fast and Furious or something stupid like that, I'm pretty sure. Bro, that was Nick Saban 10 years ago. Well, Nick Saban tried to pull up in the same Ferrari, but got smoked off the line by a Tesla. Now that same Ferrari ain't keeping up. There ain't enough horses in the stable for Nicky Saban right now. And he getting a little butthurt. You know, the thong's getting a little tighter in the butt cheeks for him right now, and he ain't liking it. But I'm sorry, but after this season, if you ain't keeping up with the Joneses, as in your boy Brian Kelly, as in your boy Kirby Smart, the heat check's coming in. And I'm going to ruffle some feathers because that's what I like to do. That's what I came into the scene to do, to put out content for people and to ruffle the feathers for the masses, because we can't all be vanilla, all right? And like my kids say, I don't want chocolate daddy. I don't want strawberry. I want crazy vanilla. I'm going to be crazy vanilla. I'll be that crazy vanilla for CFB Nation. I said this to my guy, and I had it because I didn't know he was coming on. So I'm gassed that he's here. But I said it about a week ago, maybe 10 days ago to him. I said the way the NIL is portraying in college football, the way the players are starting to control, the way schools are giving the players control, because just like NFL, just like the NBA, they understand it's a business. This gentleman named Caleb Williams, this gentleman named Marvin Harrison Jr., they're putting the money in your seats. They're bringing in the other 4 or 5-star recruit because you're there, because they thinking maybe that coach and Brian Hotline can bring you to that next level, okay? So they're willing to pay you that bag. It's a whole different ballgame. These old dogs, they ain't built for this type of college football. These old dogs might be needing to get put down in the next 2 or 3 years. I think their time is coming. KT, I said this to you. What are your thoughts?
Hey, the way it appears the last 2 years, we see Nick Saban in the smack dab middle of the offseason, before media days, is complaining, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. Y'all remember the movie It's No Country for Old Men?
No country is, that's right. There is no country in college football for old men. Facts.
It is what it is. Adapt or get ran over.
And he has been though. Like what was it? Was it 10 years ago when he complained about the high-powered offense and just was a chuck the rock and go? What happened? He adapted and he won how many national championships in that time? But he was younger.
Right.
You could see it in the face. A couple more wrinkles. The stress levels there. Like
Right.
I don't know if Nicky S wants to do this for that much longer. If he got to change, man, you know.
It's only one coach I allow to complain, and that's Dabo, because he's a weirdo. That's it. That's all. He's the only person that I will allow to complain, because he don't do it. He don't do it.
You complain, but just don't complain about the portal, bro.
Right.
Don't complain about not being relevant because you ain't using it. That's one thing that don't fly with me. Nicky Saban, man, I don't. You need to go to church, bro. Go to church, have a talk with God, right? Bring your family there. Maybe you guys can all, come to a little session. Feel good. Get the woosah out, bro, and come back. Come back to work clean, ready to go. Because, bro, you should have a chip on your shoulder. Instead, you're sitting there with a Kleenex box crying. Like, come on, let's get it. Like, you went out and got Buckner. Let's see if you're the dude, right? You've been able to make lemonade out of lemons. Well, let's see. I think it's a little bit too sour for Nicky this year, and that's why he's got them tears coming. KT, anything else you want to say about this topic before we move on to the next one?
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I see Joe Knows is in the chat. My man Jamonte the God in the chat. Jimmy Satterfield, shout out to him. He said, no, Saban is fine. He just had the number 1 class. And why is he complaining?
Well, yeah, exactly.
You're right.
You got your cake and you're eating, and you're still complaining.
Right.
You're like, you're that kid at the party that's got all the gifts and cake, and you want to take and go in a separate room. Like, nah, but you invited these people. They're only good enough to bring you gifts. They can't share with you the cake at the party, bro. Come on.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Get over yourself, Nick. I know you're a legend, but just like Belichick, all these legends, you guys get a little sour taste in your mouth, and your bridges get a little too big. Now let's fly.
Uh-oh.
To the other side of the country.
Uh-oh.
We blowing a whistle. I said last night, I think that it's just a party favor, the Shiloh Sanders signing. Just trying to stay relevant, trying to get there in a good media look. They just keep coming up with media looks one after another. Apparently, under the radar, and this has been going on for 3 months now, but we're just hearing about it this morning. The University of Colorado has held substantial talks with their former home, the Big 12. And for those that don't know, you young bucks, they were in the Big 12 from 1996 to 2010. In year 1 of the Coach Prime era, are the Buffaloes looking to go to familiar pastures? So Colorado and Big 12, they met face-to-face already, KT, right? They were involved in consistent talks over a period of several months. But yet today, May 30th, is the first it's got leaked. When you know how I feel about leaks. Leaks come for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Come from inside. Ain't nobody on the outside just found out. TMZ, you know what I'm saying, coming in here. It's been made clear that the Big 12 wouldn't even be in the movement if they didn't have the support of Deion, right? And then this is where the things get real funny for me. I just laugh at things, Colorado AD Rick George responded to the first one by saying the school remains a committed member of the Pac-12. Tighten that tie up a little bit, buddy, and let's say that again, right? CU Chancellor Phil DiStefano, a.k.a. the Yes Man, he just shook his head and said, yes, yep, I agree with AD George, yep, I'm right there with him. And then the Big 12 Commissioner, Brett Yorkman, who is, bro, this guy's out there, AK in there, whatever, he's taking shots at everybody, never more than a guy to hide, he knows he's been recruiting. And then Pac-12 Commissioner Georgie K had no comment. No comment is about as good as saying yes. Sometimes not saying anything at all says it all. KT, before I continue on, what's going on
You know what? I feel like I don't even got a bow tie on right now, but if I had one on, I'd definitely be getting the dust off the shoulder. I warned everybody at this 2 weeks ago. I knew that this was coming. You know why? Because George Kliavkoff has not been active enough. He's sitting around waiting for a media deal that happens a little over a month from now when it expires. Don't have anything in hand. Oh, I'm going to just wait. Well, maybe I want San Diego State. Maybe I want SMU. We don't care, bro. But you know what my guy Brett Yormark has been doing? Oh, let me go holler at UConn, the national champions. Oh, let me holler at Colorado State. Oh yeah, BYU, Houston, UCF. Y'all come this way. Cincinnati, y'all come this way. Y'all come to the Big 12. I got y'all. I know Texas and Oklahoma is leaving. I know we can't replace them, and that's cool. Okay, that's cool. But if you just stand still, you got three type of people in this world. You got people who blame others. You got people who wait and hope. You know what I'm saying? And guess what my guy's doing? Guess what Kliavkoff is doing? He's waiting and hoping for something to happen, and he's waiting on a media rights deal. But if you start losing schools, because I think Utah may be next. I think Utah may be next to go to the Big 12.
Arizona State.
And like, come on, man.
Now you're knocking out the four corners. Pow, 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 pow.
Right. And by the way, Oregon, Washington been cleared and vetted to join the one of the super conferences. So I'm just saying, you got to do something, bro. I told you this a couple weeks ago. We knew this was coming.
Speaking of coming, that's the line, right? I'm coming.
Right.
So I'm coming. It's all I heard. We didn't really know where he was coming. We knew he was coming from. We didn't really know where he was going. Apparently, there was a hidden agenda. You mentioned media rights. Well, the Pac-12 media rights are going in the toilet. Right?
Yeah.
They're swirling around. Could the Pac-12 go to an all-media streaming service through Apple?
Yeah.
Well, that would be absolutely astronomically terrible for fans and for that thing that Nick Saban was complaining about, revenue. Colorado ain't trying to have all that non-revenue in the Louis bag, okay? He ain't got room. Only thing in the Louis bag is big green faces or blue faces. That's all he wants, okay? It's expected, though. We talk about money and media. Well, let's talk about money and media. Let's get it. It's expected that Colorado will receive an equal media rights share, $31.7 million, to be exact, to begin in 2025 to join the Big 12, making that even more attractive. Like, bro, you ain't getting $31.7 million from Apple. That's not happening. That deal you're going to get is probably peanuts compared to this one, right?
No. Only thing that matters, tier 1 games when they go with Apple. That's it.
Yeah. Now, the contract with ESPN and Fox, you're going to get your games. Colorado has been irrelevant. It's going to be on ESPN and Fox. And any expansion, any Power 5 members coming in to the Big 12 will get that money and get those views. What? Colorado's salivating at the mouth. This is a school who has just one winning campaign since joining the Pac-12 when they went 10-4 in 2016. Maybe it is time for change of scenery, right? Colorado is a Big 12 legacy program. I mentioned this to you before. They played in the Big 7, the Big 8, and the Big 12 from 1948 to 2010. It won a share of a national championship as a Big 8 member in 1990.
Yep.
New head coach, new facility, new swag, new conference.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Ooh. I love it. I love it. I feel bad for the Pac-12, and I'm starting to feel, and we'll say this for another discussion, for the ACC as well.
So I think this was all in works. Okay, I think Pac-12 wanted to go this route. They saw that they were losing USC, right? They knew they were gone. They knew they were losing. Why am I drawing a blank? Who's the other team that's leaving as well?
USC, UCLA.
UCLA, exactly. Okay, both those teams are going, so they said, okay, nobody else got the gonads to step up to the plate. Prime's coming to Colorado. This is what Prime does. He lives this life. He wants this life. This is what he wants. This is what he's chosen to be. He wants to be that guy. I'm gonna blaze trails, make paths, right? I'm gonna make a pathway from the Pac-12 back to the Big 12, right? I'm gonna bring it all. I'm gonna be the guy who initiates it, and then we're gonna take Oregon, and then we're gonna take Arizona, and Arizona State. And the only reason they ain't taking Stanford and Cal is because of academics.
Yeah.
That's not a knock to nobody.
Yeah.
But the standard of academics at Stanford and Cal got a little bit higher than the standard academics in most Big 12 schools.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, unfortunately, they're going to be left on an island when this is all said and done. Like, the assistant, right? The assistant to Mr. K, George, I don't even want to say his name, Georgie K. His assistant, like, but he must just sit back and just be like, bro, I got a cushy job. I don't got to do nothing because my boss is an absolute clown. He don't know what's going on. I'm watching this crumble around me, right? And he ain't even trying to put the glue back. He ain't trying to fix nothing. He's just sitting. I'm just gonna hang out. I'm gonna let it all go. And then he thinks that he's gonna have a job when this is all said and done. Like, come on, bro. What are you doing to save nothing? Unless your pockets are getting. And this is what makes me think that unless Apple slipped a check in your back pocket that's blank, why are you waiting, bro? Everything's moving around you. You standing still. You can't go forward if you stand still. Why is he waiting? Talk to me. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense to me. My brain can't handle it. My brain goes tilt. I lose it.
It doesn't make sense at all. And Russell was in the building. You know, he's talking about Nebraska. Also, Jimmy Satterfield just said, "Where Utah go?" I think me and Nino both believe that Utah will end up in the Big 12.
Yeah. It's gone. Oregon, USC, UCLA, Utah, Arizona State, outskis, bro, gone. Like, and that's the money. Utah is the big money. Like, and that's what people forget. Utah is the big money in the Pac-12. They're number one for revenue. They make all the nuggets.
Top 10 and all of college football. Yeah.
So I don't want to hear about it. Oh, it's a pack. Utah, bro. That's all they got. It's a lifestyle. You want to talk about Texas football as a lifestyle? Utah football is a lifestyle. They sleep, eat, breathe, drink, washing it. It's all they got. This is what they got. It's Utah Jazz and Utah football, bro. Like,
that's it.
Come on.
The question I have is, how does all streaming, if they do go with someone like Apple, how does that affect our friends out west when it comes to betting? How does that affect betting? That's that's what's because it's delayed, right? It's like a 3-second delay. Yeah.
So the only thing that this platform works out better for San Diego State, SMU, because you're only getting played to the local Texas teams, right, or Southern Mississippi teams, or wherever you may be, and then again, if you're playing Oklahoma, or if you're playing, a big, then you get out on national media. The streaming service, you get to more people because they're paying for it, and they're paying for one package to get everything.
Right.
But in a day and age, this is what's confusing to me, right? In a day and age where there's 9,000 16-year-old kids that can crack a Roku, it's right. There's 17, 18-year-old kids that are out there got online business with. They can just set you up where you don't have to. You can illegally stream everything. You know you're going to lose. You're going into a business knowing you're going to lose viewership. Why? Like, not everybody's going to pay you. Look at Netflix. Look at all these streaming stations. They've been trying this forever. Netflix is finally shutting down on shared passwords, right? It took them how long? 20 years? 20 years? Like, Pac-12 ain't going to be around in 20 years. Pac-12's lucky if they're around in 2. You got to do something now, homie. And that's why I think his pocket's greased, because you ain't doing nothing. It's no urgency. You ain't trying to get off the seat. They could pull the seat out from under you and try to sit there like a mime. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the dude's like a statue. He ain't doing nothing. And it don't make no sense. But yeah, you got the other guy, right? Your boy, Yorkerman, right? I'm gonna start calling him Mark Wahlberg because he's a shooter.
Yeah,
right. He's out there sniping everybody.
He don't play no games.
If you ain't got a scope on him, he's taking your dude out. Like, he's coming to my conference, I'm taking him. They might not be relevant. They haven't been. They're kind of. I'll take them too. Like, he's not leaving any stone unturned. He's looking for all them diamonds in the rough. Like, this, he got him in the neck hold.
You know what I can't wait for?
What's that?
July 1st, 2023 is when the Pac-12 current media rights deal ends, right? Yeah. What comes right after that? Pac-12 media days. Can you imagine the scrutiny,
They have to.
the pressure that they're going to be if they go to media
to.
days
It has to be done before. Has to be. They're
without a
he's
media
dumb.
rights deal? It's over with. Pack
If he
it
don't-
up.
Yeah, he might as well quit.
Yeah, it's
He
over
has
with.
to. But I don't hear nothing, and that's the problem. You ain't hearing shit. It's like a cricket meme up in this thing. You can hear a pen drop, and it would just echo like it ain't saying nothing. And that for me, you ain't saying nothing. Says it all.
Saying a whole lot.
I'm blown away. I'm blown away by it. It don't make no sense. And this is supposed to be the off season. You got me digging in crates, coming out angry, KT. You got me coming out angry on May 30th, like fired up. And this is quote unquote off season. I can't wait. I can't wait till it's on and cooking.
Oh yeah, we're getting
And
close.
you got emergency episode. He don't do night shift no more.
Nah.
My guy don't work the night shift. No more. You know what I mean? He sent his papers in. These two topics. I told him what I was talking about. He says, I'm punching the clock and coming back to work
Yeah.
tonight. I
Yeah.
said, okay.
Let's
There's always a seat at my table for you, my man.
Hey, I appreciate that.
KT, the governor, before we close this one out, before I start blowing whistles and getting people fired up again, you got anything else you want to say to these people?
Yo, Nino is the hardest working guy in all of college football. He's not appreciated enough. We know the long hours that he puts into this thing. Shout out to my guy K Ford as well, because both of them mentally is just not right, bro. The amount of work that they put into this. Shout out to the squad. Shout out to Moon. Shout out to Jared. Shout out to Coach. Shout out to my guy D now. D now, he did his thing on Debbie Darlis too. So just shout out to the gang, man.
It's been a fun ride. I appreciate the hell out of you, man. Like me being able to do this, I wouldn't be able to do it without you. We're a team, ride or die. You know the deal. Like I say,
Absolutely.
we ride together, we die together. The squad's been killing it. If you don't know, CFP Prime is my show, but Debbie Dollins is the show that I'm doing with D now. I'm thinking it might be something we might do twice a week, but we're gonna be doing it for right now. It's once a week. We're gonna be doing just highlighting freshmen, sophomores. If you're in Debbie leagues or you just like that, you're a sicko like us and you like college football, go check it out. It's got some views already. It's doing well. It's on Evan Stewart. I call him Mr. TikTok because Juju can go take a seat because Evan Stewart's making more money than you, bro, and he's still in college.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. So this has been CFP Prime. I had the governor. I'm the mayor. You know the deal. Blow the damn whistle.